Hi guys, it's Crystal with Design Bundles. Today I'm going to show you guys how you can slice and contour an image to make it a multiple layer design in Cricut Design Space using our iPad. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into Cricut Design Space. Today we are using the Design Space app with the iPad. So I've already brought my design in. The very first thing you want to do is size it down, and then we can come over here and we can weld it. So if you're going to slice this or you're going to use contour, you want to weld it first, and then you're going to see that the hide contour actually popped up, and we're going to duplicate it 3 times, just however many layers you have. We have 3, which I could have totally made this 2, 3, 4, 5 layers if I wanted to. So first thing I'm going to do is go through the contour. I really love the contour with the iPad. You can simply zoom in and out with it here and kind of really get those pieces a lot easier. So what I'm going to do is very quickly run through here, and I'm going to get rid of all of the pieces I don't need for each layer. So for example, I'm going to keep the 2 summer pieces for the top. For this one, I'm only going to keep the center, and the same thing for the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and repeat this process for this one as well as the bottom layer. All right, so now that we've got everything contoured from each layer, as you guys can see now we've got it's back together, but they are separated. So all you're simply going to do is change the colors of these so you know which piece is going to cut which, so for example, the middle, I'm going to do it blue. It's actually a rainbow, just so I can see visually each of these colors separate. All right, so that's going to be if you're going to do contour. So let's bring this image in again, and I'm going to show you slicing this time. All right, so once again, the very first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to go to weld first. So definitely make sure you weld it. You're going to always weld and size first. I don't think I mentioned that the first time. Always make sure you weld and then size. So I'm going to go ahead and change my size as well. All right, so what you want to do is bring in a square, unlock it, and you're going to drag it over. Just make sure that it completely covers that area to where you're not going to cut anything off. We're going to duplicate the square so we have it ready to go. We're going to go ahead and select the 2 layers, and then we are going to hit slice and then delete the pieces we don't need. So just like that, that's how easy it is to slice. And then you're going to do the same thing, change those. Now that's a lot faster than contour, and that's why I wanted to show you guys today that there's several options. So there you go. Now you're going to say, why didn't you just hit ungroup? Couldn't you just have ungrouped these layers? Not every single design has multiple layers. So for example, this one does, but if we hit the ungroup button, I'm going to show you guys what will happen. Hit ungroup. It's actually going to ungroup it in this direction, which is fine if that's what you're looking for. So you could come in here and you can change the colors just like this. It's just going to go in this direction instead of from top to bottom. It's going to go from side to side. And that's fine if that's what you're looking for. But I wanted to go ahead and show you there is other options. And in my opinion, I think the slice is much easier. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right into this project. I've already started cutting out my materials. As you guys can see here, we're using the iPad along with the Cricut Explore Air 2. So the materials I'm using today is the Caesar Twinkle, and we're going to use the rainbow. And then I'm going to use Caesar's electric. I've got a green here as well as a purple. These are super pretty. I really love the electrics. So we're going to use those, and I'm just going to quickly cut everything out. So as you guys can see, this is what it's going to look like once you get it weeded out. I really like it. It's like a knockout design. So we're going to be using the bigger Cricut Easy Press today. Definitely could use your heat press if you would like. I'm using a black t-shirt today. This is a Bella canvas. So I'm using the black because these colors are so vibrant and fun. They're going to pop right off of that black. It kind of reminds me of a chalkboard effect, especially for summer. It's a bright fun, maybe hot for the sun, but I think it's going to be super cute. So now I've went ahead and added in that twinkle. Now when it comes to the twinkle, you want to put it on I actually put it on glitter settings. Sometimes you can get away with iron on plus, but I highly recommend just put it on the glitter settings, and that way you don't have any issues. Now down here I am weeding the Caesar electric, and you can notice a little bit of issue. What this is my HTV is too cold because it was on the granite top. So if you ever have this issue, just lay it on your heat press for just a second, obviously the carrier side, and then just a second, and then peel it. It'll be nice and warm and buttery and ready to go. All right, so as you guys can see, our super duper cute design here. Sometimes I like to go back to the canvas just so I can see what's going on here. there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and peel these away. I've actually tore off my M. If you guys ever do this, carefully place it back, and if you line it up perfectly, you're never even going to notice on your t-shirt. So there you have it. How super cute is this rainbow? I really love these colors for summer. Super, super cute. I bought it because I want to do these popsicles. I'll have a t-shirt coming out with that very soon, so stay tuned. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and take our t-shirt, and what we want to do is we want to first pull out the moisture. So I'm going to go ahead and heat this up. Number one, we're pulling out our moisture as flattening out our, design, ready our area, if you will. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull off any sort of lint with my lint roller. All right, I don't like to skip this step, even when it comes to HTV, because you could get a little piece of lint under there that could cause peeling later on. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use my ruler here that I actually made using cardstock. I got a video on it here. I'll have it linked either up above or down below. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and line this up right here at the bottom of that. And I've only got to line up one, and then after that, they'll just line up together, so I don't need to fold it. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to press this one down, get it down. And you could actually just tack it for a few seconds and then, peel it and then come back. But I'm just fully doing each layer because I'm not going to go back on top of this layer at this moment. So I'm going to go ahead and line up my next one. So the summer is actually a cold peel, I believe. So I actually let it cool down and then move on to the next one. So I'm going to go ahead and heat this again. I'm doing 305 for 15 seconds for all three of these. Most of their materials pretty much go together. You'll want to bring your temp up on like a regular glitter. This is thicker, but I'm actually going to go on it one more time so it'll get that extra heat. So as you guys can see, I went to pull it up hot and it didn't want to come up. If it ever does that, it's because it's probably a cold pull. So you don't really need to keep adding heat to it. It's actually a cold peel, not pull, but you get my point. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut away a little bit more of this plastic. That way I can leave that there and then go ahead and line up my next piece here. So that way there's no plastic underneath. We're going to line this up and now we're ready to go. So we're going to go ahead. And as you can see, I'm actually applying it again. And that the reason why to the twinkle is because the setting should be just a little bit warmer on that. So I'm just going to go over it again. So hot peel the top, and then we're going to go ahead and peel the bottom. So we're just going to carefully pull that just like so. And then we're going to go ahead and cool the middle down. Now to cool that down, there's cooling stones out there. This one right here is from Stalls. This is like a little magic eraser situation going on. It's super cool. As well as you could definitely just stick it on your granite like this if you have granite countertops, and it will cool it down super, super fast. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and peel that up like so. How adorable did this come out? Now, when it comes to my layers, I like to add a piece of parchment paper, craft paper, and then I'm going to press it for just, 2 seconds or so, just to kind of even everything out, give it a little bit more since there was a little bit, could have been uneven from the plastic. So I always like to just hit it one more time. All right, so there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one.